Yeah, the big problem is the abuse of children, which comes out of pornography. And it comes out of pornography with children with their siblings, with their cousins, with other family members, who will then abuse children who have not seen the material, but the older child has. And you don't necessarily blame that older child. It happened on your watch. And the child would not have done this to the younger one if the child hadn't been curious based upon what they'd seen and so forth. You have got to police, get all the family together. I mean, get the extended family together and discuss with everyone in the family what is going on with this pornography and find out if any of the children are using it. Right now it's platinum to have they call it child pornography, but it's really child rape. If you're watching child pornography, you're watching a child being raped, being tortured. That's what is happening in those pictures, those especially videos. And that's become now the number one place that everything is going. They got tired of the adults, and then after the adults, the teenagers, and after the teenagers, the younger children, and now it's going down to the little kids. And it's up to the men. It's up to the men of our society to become men. And they cannot become men when they are involved in pornography. It's not possible. Pastors cannot be pastors. Assistant pastors can't be assistant pastors. I remember years ago when I was speaking at Reverend Hagee's church. I was up. It was 1980s, and I was up on the lecture place, and he said, it was 1981, I think. He said, raise your hands, close your eyes, everybody. Raise your hands if you've got a problem with pornography. And half the group had, half of his people, thousands, had problem with pornography. And then later, I was talking with the youth minister, and he said, all the kids have a problem with pornography. So don't think it's the recent stuff that's really vicious and choking and banging and horrible. It starts with the Victoria's Secret kind of thing. This is pornography. I call pornography private space behavior in the public space, private space. Private intimate behavior display in the public space. That is, if you did this behavior out in the street, you'd be picked up and put in into an institution, or you'd be raped. Women who display in this, we're talking here about women who display themselves like that, put themselves at risk and put everybody they represent, women, and whatever happens to the woman will happen to the child. Whatever happens to the woman will happen to the child. What's done here will be done here. It comes together. It cannot be separated. We've learned that through experience, through very hard and painful experience. Incest is going to be off the charts. It is off the charts. The FBI just announced that pedophilia is an epidemic. We are at epidemic proportions. The head of the FBI with pedophilia. So what is pedophilia? It's rapes of children, and it's up to the guys. Now, women will support them and women will encourage them, but it's up to the men to be men, to take charge of all of this, of our society, and to begin to reassert their role in society, their position, which has been destroyed. In the schools, you do not count on anything in the schools happening that's acceptable. The teachers they've all been trained by the same sex educators. I mean, they all get their degree. There's so much. Oh my goodness sakes. The condom is recommended. Well, they're equalizing anal sodomy, oral sodomy, and marital relations. They don't call it marital; they say it's partnerable, whatever. And and they're equalizing all those as one. Come on. All pornography is homosexual. All pornography is homosexual. Let's try that one more time. All pornography is homosexual. It goes. You go on my website and you'll find a paper on that. All pornography is homoerotic. From A, which would be adultery or abortion, to zoophilia, to Z, pornography follows the pattern. We use Playboy as agreed on every single variable, and pornography and homosexuality, and 180 degrees different than what it says in the Bible, Judeo-Christian belief system. Okay, how does the Judeo-Christian belief system feel about adultery? Hey, you don't do that, okay? How do pornography feel about adultery? Oh, that's cool. That, everything's okay. Promiscuity, anal sodomy, every kind of sodomy, every kind of sexual activity. Well, so that becomes an agreement on every level of homosexual activity. I should have mentioned that. That is what happens to the guys. Guys who use pornography are engaged in homosexual activity. That is pornography. How does Judeo-Christian belief system feel about pornography? Very clear. The eye is the window to the soul. Pornography is bad. Cast it away. Well, sorry, that is agreeable to homosexuals and agreeable to the pornographers. And the only difference on that, the criteria of 50 variables, the only difference being the choice of a particular object, to use at that particular moment. But that object changes tomorrow, the next day, in the next hour, it can change. And more, it isn't eye-to-eye, lip-to-lip activity you're ever going to see. It is rear activity. It is bottom. And the bottom is the homosexual.